Are you looking for a video about solid figures? Then this video is right for you. So, without much further ado, let's begin. Hi, my name is Rowel Carpio, a math teacher and a coach, and I do math tutorial in my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to present about solid figures. What are solid figures? A solid figure is a three-dimensional figure that has a length, a width, and a height. Solid figures are identified according to the number of faces, edges, vertices, and the shape of their bases. Some common solid figures are cube, prism, pyramid, cylinder, cone, and sphere. In solid figures, the flat surfaces are its faces. So in this case, these are all the faces here. These are the flat surfaces. The base is the face on which the figure rests. So in this case, we have here the base and the top base also. The edge of a solid figure is the line segment where two faces meet. So we have here the edges here, these red lines. While the vertex, plural vertices, is the corner that is formed where the ends of the line segments of two or more faces meet. So in this case, these are the vertices where the line segments meet. Now, let's start with the prism. A prism is a polyhedron with exactly two faces that are congruent and parallel. When we say polyhedron, all the faces are polygons. These faces are called bases. Other faces are called lateral faces. Some examples of prisms are rectangular prisms, triangular prisms, pentagonal prisms, hexagonal prisms, and etc. So, we have here the rectangular prism. A rectangular prism is made of two parallel faces called the lateral faces that are congruent polygons and two congruent bases. So, in this case, we have a rectangular base at the bottom and a rectangular base at the top. And these two bases are congruent in size and shape. Now, these are also the lateral faces here, and all the lateral faces are also rectangular in shapes. Now, the rectangular prism has 6 faces. So, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The faces include the two bases. Number of edges. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 also on the other end. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 edges. How about vertices? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 vertices. So this is a rectangular prism. Now, how about the triangular prism? A triangular prism is made of two congruent triangular bases and 3 rectangular lateral faces. So, the bases of this triangular prism are triangular in shapes. That's why it is called a triangular prism. And all the lateral faces, the 3 lateral faces, are all rectangular in shapes. Faces, how many faces does a triangular prism have? So we have 1 and 2 bases, and we have 1, 2, 3 lateral faces for a total of 5 faces. How about edges? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There are 9 edges. Vertices, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 vertices. So triangular prism has 5 faces, 2 bases, 9 edges, and 6 vertices. Let's have the cube. So take note, a cube is also a prism. But unlike the rectangular prism, a cube have 6 equal faces including the 2 bases. So the 2 bases are congruent with the other lateral faces. So all in all, how many faces do we have? So we have 4 lateral faces and the 2 bases which are also the faces of the cube. So we have 6 faces for a cube and 2 bases, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. Now let's have the pyramid. A pyramid is also a polyhedron in which one face, also called the base, can be any polygon. So again, since it is a polyhedron, a pyramid consists of faces in which they are all polygons. A pyramid has only one base and it can be any polygon. The other faces, called the lateral faces or triangular sides, are triangles that meet at a common vertex. How many faces does a pyramid have? So the number of faces depends on the kind of pyramid that we have. So in this case, since the base of this pyramid is rectangular in shape, this is called as rectangular pyramid. Now, we have one base for this rectangular pyramid plus 4 lateral faces for a total of 5 faces. And we have 8 edges and we have 5 vertices. Now, let's have a cone. A cone is a 3-dimensional figure with a circular base and a vertex. Now, a cone is not a polyhedron because it has circular shape. Now, for a cone, we have one base, and that base is circular in shape, and that is also the face of the cone. So, in other words, that a cone has one face. For edges, it has 0 edges because it does not have a line segment. But for vertices, it has only one vertex. And that vertex is here. This is the vertex of the cone. That's why it has one vertex and one face, and its face is circular in shape. Now, how about cylinder? We have here a cylinder. A cylinder has 2 congruent circular bases that are parallel. So, the bases of this cylinder are circular in shape. And these 2 bases are also the faces of this cylinder. So, that's why a cylinder has 2 faces but 0 edge and 0 vertex. And finally, we have the sphere. A sphere has a curved surface in which all points on the surface are equal distance from the center. Since we do not see any line segment, therefore, a sphere has 0 face, 0 edge, and 0 vertex. Now, let us have this activity. For our first activity, you are going to identify what is asked in each item. I'll be giving you 10 seconds to answer this activity. So your 10 seconds starts now. Time is up. Number 1, this figure has one pair of parallel sides that are circular. What figure is it? Since this figure has one pair of parallel sides, so this figure is a cylinder because a cylinder has a pair of circular bases that are parallel. Number 2, this figure is a solid 3-dimensional figure with a circular base with a vertex. What figure is it? Since it has a circular base and a vertex, so this figure is a cone because a cone has a circular base and one vertex. Number 3, this figure is a three-dimensional object with two congruent parallel bases that are polygons. When we have two congruent parallel bases that are polygons, this figure is a prism. Number 4, this figure is a prism that has 6 equal faces. A cube is also a prism in which all the faces are equal or congruent. So this object or this figure is a cube. And finally, number 5, this figure is a pyramid that has a square base. Remember that a pyramid is named according to their bases. Since this pyramid has a square base, so this pyramid is called as a square pyramid. So I hope that you got all answers checked for our activity number 1. So let us have our exercises. For these exercises, you can comment your answer on the comment section found below. So all you have to do is to identify the number of faces, edges, vertices, and name of each of these two solid figures. And our exercises number 2, you are going to explain your answer. So this is the situation. Some say that a cone does not have a vertex. Others say that a cone has one vertex. How about you? Do you think that a cone has no vertex or has one vertex? Explain your answer. Again, you can comment your answer on the comment section found below. So there you have it, our lessons on solid figure. I hope that you have learned and enjoyed watching this video. See you again in my next video. Thank you!